this was bound to happen at some point, and this was going to be a slap in the face for Xbox fans. I gotta be honest. Like, honestly, looking at this, the way that things have kind of come about, it's not hugely surprising, to be honest with you, but it is kind of one of those things where you kind of say, "I told you so," and it's not really going to, I don't think, work out well for Xbox fans. Like, this is the thing that a lot of us have kind of been worried about. This is the thing that kind of a lot of us were kind of like, oh man, if this happens, it really shows Microsoft doesn't give a crap about the platform or anything like that. So again, I'm curious to hear how everybody thinks about this in the comments below, because I think this is going to be a wild video, and I'm looking forward to hearing exactly what you guys all think. So thank you guys for checking it out. Remember, I'm Crap Gamer. This is Crap Gamer Reviews with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I appreciate it. Please make sure you guys subscribe, share it out, like the video, slap the hell out of that like button. It really helps out. The channel's grown ever so slowly, but going in the positive direction, which is great. I do daily gaming content, so yeah, definitely something to kind of keep in mind when you're stopping by. I try to be informative, but also entertaining. So yeah. Anyway, Diablo 4, which, as you guys know, Microsoft owns Diablo. They own Blizzard. They own all this stuff. And the expansion, Vessel of Hatred, is going to be PlayStation 5 Pro enhanced, according to Rod Ferguson. Ferguson, who serves as Senior Vice President and General Manager of the Diablo franchise at Activision Blizzard, replied to a fan on X who asked if the game and its newly released expansion would support Sony's new premium console. And he says, and I quote, "I've been getting this question quite a bit recently. I'm happy to say Diablo 4 and Vessel of Hatred will indeed be PS5 Pro enhanced. Very proud of our hard-working team to make this happen. More details at a later date." Ferguson did not include when the game and its expansion will support the PlayStation 5 Pro features. Prior to this post, fans had speculating whether games under the Microsoft umbrella would support Sony's premium console. Diablo 4 joins a list of over 50 titles that's going to support the PlayStation 5 Pro at launch. While that list is largely made up of first-party titles or third-party titles that have an existing relationship with PlayStation through marketing deals, some titles have marketing deals with Microsoft also make the list, such as the recently announced and delayed Assassin's Creed Shadows. In a recent interview, Ferguson spoke about Diablo's franchise's future and players' ability to jump back into the game after missing several seasons of content. And he says, and I quote, "The notion that you missed the previous 4 seasons, the only thing you missed is us continuing to learn and iterate. So that Season 5 is as good as it is because of the previous seasons. So anybody can really kind of jump in and really kind of enjoy the game." But this is largely a huge question going forward. A lot of people are like wondering now, like, hey, what's going to happen? Does that mean, listen, it was always obvious that stuff like Call of Duty was going to be PS5 Pro enhanced. Like, I think Xbox fans are just going to have to deal with the fact that the PlayStation 5 Pro is like going to be the de facto console way to play these games, and even the Xbox games. And that's something that I think a lot of fans are going to have a very tough time with for a lot of reasons. Like, I can imagine stuff like Indiana Jones and Doom. Of course, those games are going to have PlayStation 5 Pro iterations, and of course, they're going to be best on the PS5 Pro. Listen, I've said this a lot. Like, people were trying to maybe say that the PlayStation 5 Pro was pointless or worthless or whatever. I would rather see a company actually do something amazing and try to improve on the hardware at the midway point than not do anything at all. So, I'm sure a lot of you probably really understand where I'm coming from when I say that. I think Microsoft has kind of dropped the ball. It's not really so much about them as a company as it is, you have to kind of pay attention and listen to like the trends and things like that. So for me, it always made sense to make sure that you kind of go ahead and have something there for like the super hardcore fans. And I know there is a lot of Xbox fans that would love a Xbox Series XX or whatever the case may be. Like, you've got to have something there to go out there and make sure that people kind of have something there to kind of line up with. Instead, because Microsoft has chosen to put so many games on, on the competing platforms like PlayStation, you're going to have the best place to play on console on PlayStation as well. And I think that's going to be a tough pill to swallow. Particularly, could you imagine like Sea of Thieves getting updated on there, and some of these other games that are going to absolutely look and play incredible on the PlayStation platform. So yeah, we don't really know what kind of enhancements are in store yet, but it seems like the team is keeping pro users in mind as the game's new content inches closer to release. Diablo 4's A Vessel of Hatred expansion ushers in a new era for the game and the franchise in general, alongside new items and weapons for players to collect. The expansion also introduces fans to brand new classes called Spiritborn. Vessel of Hatred will also add new monsters, dungeons, and strongholds for players to conquer, as well as new characters to interact with and new storylines to explore. So yeah, very much very interested to see how they actually improve this and how they get things kind of going. We know that this thing is going to have a bigger GPU and better ray tracing capabilities, making it a very fun platform for gamers to play on, and that's just going to be incredible. I'm very interested to see how they kind of get this. Obviously, seeing that Blizzard's going to support it, you just know that like Activision is going to support it as well, and it's going to be something that so many people just kind of really jump into and are excited to kind of play, and that's got to be an exciting fact for fans, because let's just be real, Diablo is a huge franchise, and just because it might not be like your thing or whatever, it's still something that's very interesting to kind of see how like fans have reacted to these type of announcements and these types of movements and things like that. So like I said, I'm curious to see, like, this wasn't even one of the ones that was listed, so obviously a lot of developers are going to support the PlayStation 5 Pro going forward, and that's going to be something that honestly we're going to see probably more of, and there's going to be things that people don't really want to see. Like this is a first party Xbox game. I get it that it's multi-plat, but I'm sure there's a lot of Xbox fans that are like just completely pissed off that Microsoft is taking these time out to kind of do these types of enhancements on a competing platform, and that's just going to be the way forward for now on. I just think that that's how Sony and Microsoft are going to handle these things. Clearly, we're going to see Sony take advantage of it, and Microsoft doesn't look at Sony as a competitor anymore. I think that's also something that we have to kind of look at. They look at Sony as a bit of a kind of a team member, really. I think that's the way they kind of look at it. I think they're thinking about possibly getting money back on the Indiana Jones deal and things like that, because guess what? They really need to kind of recoup that money there, and that's exactly what they need to kind of do to kind of get people excited about the game, and they want people to actually be able to play the games and buy the games, and I'm sure that that's exactly what they want to do. So I would love to see something where Microsoft actually goes out there and does something for for the fans or whatever. But again, I just think that we might be a while of waiting before something like that actually happens. So I'm sure you guys have some thoughts and opinions on this as well, though. Let me know what you think down below. I would certainly appreciate it. I think you guys are awesome. You guys are amazing. And I just want to thank you guys all for subscribing and checking out my videos. So make sure you guys like the videos. Make sure you guys share them out, all that kind of good stuff. Tell your friends, tell everyone. And again, I'm curious to hear what you guys think. It is quite interesting to hear how everybody kind of reacts differently to these different things. So anyway, thanks for watching. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, crap gamer 'em up, and we'll catch you next time. Crap gamer out.